about it. The domain of a one-to-one function is 0 and 9, and the range is -3 to 3, is a closed interval. Find the domain, the range of the inverse function. And first of all, the domain of the inverse function is going to be what is the range of the function. And the range of the inverse function is what is the domain of the function f. And now if we are looking here for the inverse function, let's say we have inverse function of f, and we are looking for the domain. For the domain is going to be, the domain of the inverse function is what it was the range of the function. The range of the function is -3 to 3, the closed interval, from -3 to 3. But this means is the domain in the inverse function. If we are looking now for the range of the inverse function, let's say is r, what is the range of the inverse function is going to be what is the domain of the function. And the domain of the function, as we see here, is 0 and 9. And this is the range. So this is a domain. Let me write D. Whatever here is domain in the function, in inverse function is going to be the range. And the range is 0 and 9. And just let me state this again. And whatever is the range of the function f is going to be the domain in the inverse function of f, what is here. So now in the B we have another question. It says a function f is increasing over its entire domain. Thus function f has an inverse function. Explain. Let's say we have a function. Let me draw first a Cartesian system. Let me draw a picture and to make a little bit more obvious what we are trying to do. And here can be, for example, a linear function or exponential function or some different function that is increasing in an entire domain. Let's imagine that this, for example, is in every point is increasing. In every point that approaches the positive x-axis is increasing. And in a whole, in an entire, let me write here some arrow. It means it goes forever, and this goes forever to -infinity and +infinity. And as we see this problem here, the function is increasing in entire domain. And now if we are taking, for example, the horizontal line test, and we are doing in this graph, then the graph of the function is increasing in entire domain, and every line, horizontal line, is going to intercept the graph of the function exactly in one point. As we see here one small illustration what we are doing in this graph, we already see it, the graph of the function passes the horizontal line test. It means it has, when the graph of the function passes the horizontal line test, it means it has the inverse function. So this function here that increases in an entire domain, it has an inverse function.